Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Hello.
Cool. Let's wait a bit until everybody will.
The others come.
I don't know how long does it take, but let's see. So, did you read the book?
Personally, no. Like I only read around 14 pages.
Because,
didn't really have time.
That's the what do you call it? We have the short version of it.
Yeah, actually, the past few days I was really busy.
Okay, because you were asking me about the chapters and the sections.
I tried to watch videos, but like it was still confusing. Like I don't know, there was the man who was buried for 18 years. He was in prison in France. Then he has a daughter. It was a bit confusing, to be honest.
Yeah, it's by Charles Dickens. I think he's a bulky writer. Most of his writings is something like awkward, freaking out, or
Yeah, I agree.
well, as a matter of fact, because he's dealing with different issues in life, and if you read about his life, you will see that he passed through many difficulty, like bunch of catastrophes.
No, actually, I haven't read it. I haven't heard about him before.
We have the short version. I don't know whether you can find it in.
I actually found one. It was like 10 pages.
No. The simplified version is about 75 pages.
I actually found something. It was 10 pages.
So, did you enjoy reading it?
No, not really. Like it was. I don't know if it's only me, but it was really hard for me to focus on it. Like in the middle of it, my mind was just, I don't know. Or like, what am I reading?
It's because
it was really hard. I think maybe because there were many new words in it. Like I couldn't understand it. I had to Google the words sometimes.
First about the words, second about the idea. Charles Dickens is one of those writers that he writes really in a difficult way. And
it was actually a really difficult way. Like always about books, the first thing I Google is like, is it easy to read? And according to Google, it was a really easy book to read, but then it wasn't.
For native speakers, it's quite easy, but for us, due to the vocabulary and due to the limited
there were even
phrases,
words I couldn't even pronounce. Like it was too hard.
That's why I told you to read the simplified version. It's really simplified. It's really easy, and it's about like 70 pages, something like that. But anyway, what did you learn from the book? Because if it goes like
I told
this,
you, like I didn't get anything, like nothing at all. I read around 14 pages, I think. I told you, and like I couldn't focus on it at all. Like nothing. I was kind of disappointed.
Okay, so we have some lessons in it. For example, the lessons of redemption, forgiveness.
I actually Googled it. That's what I did before joining the class. I was like, what are the mortal lessons? It would say,
it's not mortal, it's moral.
Yeah, that. Compassion and like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that. Possibility of redemption, and another important theme is necessity of compassion.
Mississippi?
No, like
the importance.
The important theme is the necessity of compassion.
Necessity, yeah. So if we deal with it because I don't know whether people will join or not. If you like, still you can stay, but I cannot put the recording version into the YouTube since We have Kurdistan here.
Cool.
Hello, Kurdistan. Are you here? Kurdistan Khan Gölema. I don't think she can hear me. زۆر باشە. سڵاتان دەبێت. کتێبەکەت خوێندووە کوردستان خان؟
No والله.
Okay. So هیچ شتێکی لەسەر خوێندوەتەوە؟
دوورە؟
هیچ شتێک لەسەر ئەو کابرایە ئەو نووسەرە خوێندوەتەوە؟
وڵای کتێبەکەم داونلۆد کرد بەس سەیویش کرد بەس کەمێک ناخۆش نازانم.
کورسەوەیە؟
ئەرێ وەڵا قورس بوو.
بەڵێ وایە بەڵام ئەوزانم نەشکراوە بە کوردی ئەگەر هەڵە نەبوو.
نازانم.
نەمبینیوە چونکە لە بازارە بە کوردی. بەهەرحاڵ هیچت خوێندووە لە ژیانی نووسەرەکە؟
نەخێر.
Okay. So, since the book was difficult, the book كتابەکە تۆزێ قورس بووە کەواتە زیاتر پرسیارەکان گشتیەکەینەوە. وەزدان کاکە محەممەد. Mr. Mohammed, did you read the book? First of all, welcome to the Zoom meeting. And the next one, did you read the book? Mr. Mohammed, are you with us? Maybe he cannot hear our voice. Anyway, one of the possibilities of...
He just texted.
Yeah, okay. So we have another new member, if I'm not mistaken. Sivan. Oh, cool, Mr. Mohammed. The full 367 pages? You know, when Mr. Mohammed comes to the line, I think that I'm talking with a Siri. It's okay, Mr. Mohammed, it's okay. But it's so funny that I'm speaking and you guys are just texting me. Anyway, Sivan Abdul Qadir. Sivan Khan بە کوردی تێدەگەی یاخود بە ئینگلیزی کێشەک نییە لەگەڵمانی؟ Oh gosh. Okay. I will move to the first part of the, what do you call it? The first part of one of those quotations. یەکێک لەو بەرگانەی بەکار هاتووە کە Charles Dickens بەکاری هێناوە. باس لەوە کات a multitude of people and yet a solitude. یعنی مەبەستی لەوەیە کە مەرج نییە چەندێک خەڵک لە دەوروبەرت بێت، تەنیایی شتێکە کە تۆ لە ناو خەڵکی شابیت هەست بە تەنیاییەکەی. So can you talk about that? Like, what makes you feel lonely? How do you feel lonely? And when you are lonely, what do you do? How can you take yourself out of this loneliness?
I just normally feel lonely, like sometimes for no reason.
Yeah, but how can you take yourself out? Because sometimes loneliness, it will change to catastrophe.
I listen to rock songs. Like in that way, like I can't even hear myself. So in that way, like for a while, then I forget about it and then get better. Or probably talk to a friend about it. I don't really talk about it, to be honest. There was only one time I did, I think. But then rock songs and snacks. They always help.
Snacks like eating.
Mhm.
Snacks like eating.
Snacks. Unhealthy food.
And which they call it junk food.
Junk food.
Okay. Mr. Mohammed is saying that loneliness is such a big problem in our modern day. Don't know why is that. Well, before we know what is the reason, Mr. Mohammed, you can tell me when you feel lonely, what do you do? تاو کاتی جواب مێتەوە خات و کوردستان بەڕێستان دەتوانم پێم بڵێن کاتێک کە تەنیا دەبیت با بڵین هەست بە تەنیاییەکەی نەوە کۆکو جەستە تەنیا بیت کاتێک هەست بە تەنیاییەکەیت چۆن خۆت دەرباز دەکەیت لەو هەستە؟
In our daily life, we know that we are sometimes feel we are lonely, and we can look to each to the people. We don't know that they are honest. They are being true with us or not. They can help us or not. But when we are lonely in our life, I think about about the people that they are get their goals.
Dear Kurdistan, your voice is a little bit interrupting because I think your network is a little bit slow. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Okay, Mr. Mohammed and Miss Lavine, they are saying that praying helps too. Like when you feel lonely, you can pray. Absolutely, you are right. And in most of the cases, praying or feeling that you are talking with your own God can help you out. But we have to think a little bit broader and wider. That in the world, only very few they believe in praying and in God and worshiping and religion. So what could be the therapy, or what could be the cure of loneliness, rather than accept or rather than praying or religious worshiping? Do we have any other, like Lavin said, I will eat snacks and I will listen to music or rock music?
Talking can help too.
Talking can
I think talking can help too, like talking to someone close. Sometimes we just need someone to listen to us.
I see. Someone like
You
anyone.
can also remember the success.
Yes, dear Kurdistan. Yes.
Sometimes you can remember the successful persons, successful stories.
So in that way, you can get rid of, or you can leave loneliness.
No, but you can provoke yourself and improve it.
Okay, Mr. Mohammed, he said that you can wash your hands from the situation. That's a complete Kurdish phrase. We don't wash our hands from the situation. Actually, that's not used by the native speakers. Even if it's written in native language, it's not said by the native speakers. Anyway, I will go to another I will go to another quotation by Charles Dickens himself. He said that if you remember from the beginning, early beginning, he mentioned something like, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. You will see this. If you have read the book, you have seen that phrase or that quotation. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. Can somebody tell me what does it mean?
Because I haven't read the book, I don't know what exactly he means by that, but maybe because it's life, somewhere is nice, other places are not. Maybe somewhere the time was good, they were having fun, and in other areas, in other places, people were not having fun. I don't know, probably like that.
Okay. Anyone else? Dear Kurdistan, do you want to add something? تيجي لو quotation Charles Dickens. Okay. In the beginning of the book, he mentioned the quotation like, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. Do you understand anything from this quotation? And Mr. Mohammed, you can write down your phrases, or you can write down your explanation. I will just read out. The question is it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. What do you understand from this?
I can't understand it.
Okay, so it said that, yeah, life have ups and downs. Actually, this quotation, it's talking about, it's your time. It's not about happiness or sadness. It's not about being in a trouble or being in a joyful way. It's all about, it's your time. You can decide. بڕیار لە دەستی تۆدایە تۆ ئەتوانی کات دروستکەیت ئەتوانی وا لەو کاتە بکەی کە ببێت بە خۆشترین ساتەکانت ئەتوانی وا لەو کاتەش بکەی کە ببێت بە ناخۆشترین ساتەکانی ژیان بۆیە چارلز دیکنز لە simplified version لە بەشە کورتکراوەکەیە باس لەوە ئەکات هەرم بەم بە هەمان دێن ڕست پێکات کاڵێت it was the worst of time, it was the best of times. کە تۆی بڕیار لەسەر کاتە دەی کە ئایا خۆش بێت یاخود با بڵین پڕچێش بێت یاخود بە نەهامەتی بیبێتە سەر. Okay. One of the other points. Okay, Mr. Mohammed asked everyone about the question like, what do you think about time itself? You can write down your explanations or your illustrations in the chat box. But I will ask you another question like, how much can you sacrifice in life?
I'm sorry, what? I don't really hear you. Like, I got interrupted.
No, it's okay. How much can you sacrifice? Because
how much can I sacrifice for what?
For life, for partner, for family, for love, for relationship, for study, for anything, and for everything.
As long as I don't lose myself, I'm ready to sacrifice for something that is, for someone that's worth it. Because as long as I don't lose myself.
So how can you decide on that person that he or she or it deserves it?
I don't really know. It depends, like, on the situation. Like, you have to be in a scenario to actually judge by that.
I will come back to you, Lavin.
Sure.
Sorry, I will come back to you, Lavin, in a minute. Mohammed, you said we should partially do as Dada said. Who can you tell me Dada is a name or is what? And if it's a proper name, so please write D in capital for something that's worth it. When you think something is good, same like Lavin said, you are, or when you think something worth it, so you are ready to sacrifice. But my question is, for you and for Kurdistan and for Lavin, how can you decide something or someone worth your sacrifice?
Okay, let's say I'm sacrificing my happiness, something for someone. If I see that someone appreciating me and noticing that what I have done, like, have a reaction to, and then he's definitely worth it, or she's worth it. But if not, he might ignores it and like.
You mean deserve it?
You can say that too.
We have a difference between deserve and worth.
Like, when I say he's worth it, like he's worth it. I don't even know how to explain that. Oh my god, just worth it. I don't really know how to say it, but like, if that person I'm sacrificing for appreciates what I've done, like actually think of me, my situation, then he's actually someone who's worth more.
Okay, we have Shayda.
Does that make sense?
I will come back to you, dear Lavin. Shayda Osman, بكردية طواني قسم بكيت يعني بإنجليزي يعني هاتوي تنابوي جو بغريت هر بيش نيارك تيه طواني لچاتكي خواروايا بينوسيت اگر حزي الشكي قسم بكي بهر زمانك بتوت هيچ كشيك نية. Okay, dear Lavin, I think still we have misunderstanding. Like, I don't believe people, they worth things. Even mom and dad, even parents, they deserve things. The only one who can worth it, it's me, myself.
Okay.
So we have a difference between worth. So to make it clear, to clarify it more, it's like worth, and then we have deserve, and then we have appreciation, which I will write it now. We have worth.
So like worth is the highest level, huh?
Yeah. And we have deserve.
Then I will sacrifice for someone who's worth it, the highest level, not for just someone who appreciates it, or I don't know.
Okay. How can we decide on that? Even Mr. Mohammed, Sivan, and Kurdistan, you can answer. شلون بريار بدين ككسك براستي worth بكرد بعربية يعني مستحقة بكردك يعني شاينيتي لبري اما وشي لكرديها وشمانية بو deserve بداكوا بو worth معنا يعني مستحق ياخد شاين شون كسك هل بجرين كشايني أو اشتبه. Or how can we select someone or something that really worth it? How can you decide on that? شلون بالريال السنوات دي؟
Worth it for what?
Anything. Worth for anything in life. Like worth to marry, worth to make it your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your partner, your lover, your to make it your future husband, to make it your friend, or worth it to die for it. Like even study could be worth to die for it. For example, I don't believe that master and PhD is something that worth dying for. But a dream job is something that worth dying for. Master and PhD and the levels of education, they only deserve it. But for worth, it's a dream job. So you can talk about anything which is related to worth. أتواني باس لهش تبكي ك بيودي بو هبت ك مستحق بيت.
You mean
فرم خاتم
بفرما
نيا هم النبوم
أسايا
درسته بخصب كلا في خان
إسا أسايا كل ساخن وابزانا ما قرب بقينا مناقشة وقبل كات مع اللي أروح بس نبقى دويت ولا بين قصاك أسايا
زۆر باشە خۆی ئەکەوێتەوە سەر تایبەتمەندیەکانمان بۆ نمونە تایبەتمەندیەکانمان زیاتر دەگەێت کەسێک ئەگونجێت و کەسێک بە شیاوی خۆمان ئەزانین کە تایبەتمەندیەکان زیاتر لە ئێمە نزیکتر بێت ئەو کەسە شیاوتر ئەبینین لە کەسێکی دیکە و هەندێک جار لەوانەیە بیر بۆ چوونەکانمان جیاواز بێت بەڵام ئەم ئاساییت تا دەگاتە ئەو ڕادێککە ئەو بەرامبەر ڕێز لێ بگرێت ئەو کاتە شیاوی ئەو کارە ئەبێت شیاوی ئەوە ئەبێت کە هاوڕێ بێت بیربۆچون هیچ گرنگیەکی نییە لە هاوڕێبوون یان هاوپیشەبوون یان هەر کارێکی دیکە بەڵام ئەوی گرنگە ئەوەیە کە ڕێز لە بەرامبەر ڕێز لە بیربۆچوونی جیاواز بگیرێت
بەڵام ئێمە باسی شایانیەکەین کە شتێک شایانی ئەوە بێت کە تۆ سەکریفایس یعنی خۆتی لە پێناوە بەخت بکەیت چ شتێک لای تۆ شایانی ئەوەیە
ئازام شتێکی ئاوا گرنگ نییە لە ژیانە بەڵام دایک و باوک خێزان هەندێک جار هەندێک هۆکار ئەبن کە مرۆڤ قوربانی بۆ بدات
کاتە شتێکی گرنگێ لە ژیانتە زۆر باشە لاڤین خان or Lavin, just you can start with what you wanted to say. What did you were about to you interrupted the girl and you are now saying you said everything.
نمزعني like mute نكربو لبر سانكر.
Okay, no, it's okay. Don't worry. You know what's compassion?
Not the exact meaning, like I don't know the exact meaning.
The exact meaning means mihraban. That's why we say كاتك بناي خوي بخشندو مهربان نكيب إنجليزي بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم عليه in the name of Allah the most gracious the most compassionate زوربي شو أنا كان the most merciful ترجمة كان بلا merciful نية merciful compassion يعني مهربانية شيء زيادة لمرسي boy the most merciful نية the most passionate compassionate. No, Mr. Mohammed. Yes, passionate is different. Passionate means to love something. The most merciful and the most compassion. The most, because most is the superlative. أولناوي بالايا ودبت هميشه الإنجليزية أولناو بالاكان بلا بالاكان هميشه the the most merciful, the most compassionate. So compassion is a word in English. We don't only use it with God. We use it even with people. For example, you put some water or a food for a dog or a cat or any other animal. You are a compassion person. Means you feel pity for other things. How can you be, what is the important Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, you're
Cool.
back.
Oh, sorry. The internet just interrupted for no reason. Can you tell me that compassion? How can we be a compassionate person? Are you here?
Yeah, but like I don't get the question.
How can you be you know what's compassion? It's mihraban.
To mihraban?
Yes, it's something like you feel pity for someone or something. Not pity in a negative way, but pity like you want to help. So how can you be a compassionate person? Or what is the importance of compassionate?
When you're compassionate, that word, you're just that. Like you don't have any reason to be compassionate, right?
Yeah, like I texted, I posted in the chat, like, what is the importance of compassion? Why you have to be compassionate always? You are right, Mr. Mohammed, like do help people without waiting for a return. No problem, dear Kurdistan. Enjoy your night and wish you the best of luck. Yeah, dear Lami.
Well, is this important? It's just like why we ask forgiveness from God and all that to feel better. I don't know actually. That's a weird question to me.
No, it's not for religious purpose. It's not between you and God because I'm not in a position to ask you about you and God. This is not my business. It will be intruder. I'm talking about why you have to be compassionate for people, or can you put religious stuff outside? Because we are
Okay.
not you. Sorry, Mr. Mohammed. I'm just because before we born as Islam or Christian or Jewish or any other religion or even atheist, we were born as humans. So before we follow a religion, we have to follow our humanity. We don't have to always say we have to be this and that because of the religion, but we have to be it because of we are human. And then from that, we will reflect our religion. One of the problems is people say that they are religious, but they don't show it. So rather than saying it, we better show it. So my point is why we have to be compassionate, why we have to be merciful. Well, what is the point?
Well, if you're not merciful, if you don't forgive easily, then that would be a really hard life to live. With all that hate in your heart and every day thinking of all those bad things. And this is not a good way to live. There will be too much to think of. Too much suffering.
Mr. Muhammad said that we will feel good and cool, and we can live in a better life. Yeah. So, okay, if I return my question and ask you in another way, can you usually help people without any return?
I think I can. I don't help people so that they can help me. I just do it because we're all humans.
Give me all your ideas, both of you. Lavin was speaking and Mohammed was writing.
As I said, I don't help people so that they can help me.
It means you wait for a return.
I don't do it for return.
But if you, we have something like 9 minutes.
Favor for favor, like.
Yeah, favor for favor. But you just said
that's a different case.
It will be called business.
Oh, finally, Sivan.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. I'm sorry I was in a good place to speak. That's why I was all the time silent and listening.
Ah, okay, good, no problem. So now you are 2 by 1. Mr. Mohammed will go on writing, and you two will go on speaking. Go on.
Yeah. Uh, for compassion, I think it depends on our personality. People have different personalities, and our experience in life will decide we will be a compassion or not. For example, mothers, they're all in somehow compassion. Like sometimes I'm with my mom and we are in this situation, or we see something. For example, just a sad video or something, she starts crying because she's very compassionate. But I just watch it regularly and I don't have any reaction. And so this is her personality and my personality. And we have people who are thinkers, people who are like their emotions control them. That's why their way will be different. Maybe their heart controlled them or their mind controlled them. That's why sometimes it will depend on our personality. And life will be actually will be very different with compassion. I don't know. 3 years ago, I think I saw a movie. Um, I don't remember the name of the movie, but the main theme of the movie was about compassion and feelings, helping each other. Um, at the beginning of the movie, I felt like I didn't think that's bad if we get rid of compassion and all good feelings. Uh, but when the movie go on and things happened, situations came on, I just stopped and then felt something bad. So no one was helping each other. Everyone was just watching and trying to like passing the situations, not helping each other and like exchanging their feelings together.
Cool.
But at the end of the everything
Yeah.
changed in a good way. Then I realized that we cannot live this life without compassion, without helping each other, without these things.
Okay, the last question of today's session will be transformation. Do you know what is transformation? Transformation
changing?
means, yeah, change from one phase to another phase. It could be good, it could be bad, it could be neutral, it could be anything. But transformation means you just change your life 180 degrees. So, do you believe in life transformation? And what would be your transformation? What do you like to transform in your life?
I'm happy the way I am. I don't want to change really, or change anything about my life personally.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
What else? You or Sivan, both of you, because I'm with Mr. Muhammad in the chatting. So please, both you and Sivan, Lavin and Sivan, you can talk about transformation.
Sometimes it's kind of difficult because humans doesn't love change. They prefer stay in one situation. Even everywhere we see that people don't love changes. But it's a nice thing if we can change uh, things in our life, our condition, economically or spiritually. But for the personality which I am working on is kind of very tough and difficult. Uh, that's all I have.
Okay, you're loving, you can continue. Actually, it's not reborn in another nation or culture. It's reborn in another, what? Mindset. You know what's mindset? Mindset is the way of your thinking. You just transform to change in your mindset. Yes, Lavi.
I think I have a good mindset. I'm okay in that way. I'm okay with the way I am. And I love the way I am, to be honest. And as for my life changing, I'm okay with that. Like, even if it changed, you know, things happen. Lately, a lot of things happened, and my life has completely changed. Like, today is very different from yesterday. I'm just dealing with it, you can say. If that's
Okay.
the question.
Well, it's more about like, what kind of things do you like to transform in life? Transform is another word for improvements, a big improvement.
Like us improving ourselves?
Yeah, self-improvements.
I do believe in that a lot. It's really good. It's a good thing.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay, let me ask you a question. If it's possible, you can decide on the book for next week.
Not something
If-
classical?
Okay, not something modern. Have you read the Bluest Eye?
No.
It's really a good one. It's a modern by Toni Morrison. She was a black writer. It's different, Mr. Mohammed, but I just wanted to make the conversation flow easily. Self-improvement means you decide to improve yourself. Transform means you change. What about Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison?
Sounds good. I don't know. The
Okay,
name is nice.
Talks about a young, a black female with very bluish eyes start to work, but because she's black, so it's around 150 pages, and it's modern, and it was nominated for many prizes in America, and it's one of the New York's best-selling book.
Fine by me.
Sorry?
It's okay by me.
Okay, Sivan and Mr. Mohammed, do you mind if I... Okay, the kiss or... Okay, 5 languages of love or kiss that frog. The problem is, can we find it online? Mr. Mohammed? Okay, not sure. That's the problem. If we cannot find it, and you know, we are passing through quarantine period, so we don't have time to go out and buy the book. So the Bluest Eye, Listen Little Man, that's a very boring book, I think.
But I love it.
Ah, okay, no problem. Do you want to listen, man? Listen, little man.
I've never heard of it, you can say.
Hmm?
I don't know how it is, so.
Okay, we have both in Kurdish and in English. We can select listen, little man. So, we will decide on the other books. Okay. Okay.
All right.
Cool.
All right.
So we are done with today. Thank you so much for joining, and then soon you will see the recording on Instagram and on YouTube. Wish you a very good night and stay safe.
You too. Good night.
You
Yeah.
too. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye-bye.